that the onus to prevent rape is on the woman, and that men are, and then I think it also suggests another misconception that men are animals and beasts and cannot control. They're, she's, okay, I'm just fall on top of her. No, like, I believe in y'all more than that. You know what I mean? I think you are human enough. I think you are more, your humanity suggests something more of you than what that title is trying to say about you. And so, I think I'm going to get to some poems now, because I could talk forever and ever and ever, amen.
You can keep talking,
But again, I think what drew me to spoken word and what continues to inspire me in doing it, and why I think it's powerful, is because I think it can dramatically alter a paradigm, it can shift our consciousness, and it can disrupt truths that we swear we know. And when I say we, I mean everyone, all of us. I was in Idaho. I made some assumptions about what these white people could rock with, and they were rocking with it, and they were disrupted, and they stayed, you know? And so I think in these moments, spoken word, dance, drawing, whatever, really has the ability to create a bridge that may not have been there before. Does that make sense? Yeah. All right, so we're gonna get into some poems. Is that cool?
Yeah. Yes.
Are we gonna get into some poems? Is that cool? Yes! Ask the question. All right, thank you. And can you put up a hand if I just go a little too long? But my mom is a Puerto Rican woman, and she's 5'2", and she will whoop your ass. She will, in fact, whoop anybody's ass that displeases her. She is someone who I respect because she is willing to say whatever needs to be said. She doesn't care. She is herself all of the time. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. And I respect that so much because one of the ways in which we other each other is through language. And not just is part of ethnocentrism the idea that we have to speak the king's English. And listen, I can go on and on about what the king wants to say about us. Okay? I'm not a king sometimes. So, but the idea that not only do you have to speak English, but you have to speak a certain kind of English. You know? We could sit here all day and talk about Ebonics. And why that is not a legitimate way of speaking. I'm not giving you a yes or no, I'm just presenting the question. Does that make sense? Like, who said, right, that there's a narrative that speaking Ebonics is you are not smart, you are, you don't have a certain education, etc., all these judgments about you. But why couldn't the narrative be y'all are mad creative? You know, to have a name like, we can think of all kinds of names, right? That are not John and Samantha. There's nothing wrong with those names, you know what I mean? But like, why is the narrative not, y'all are so creative to remix a language and make it your own? So this is a poem dedicated to my mom and her accent, and kind of flipping the narrative that having an accent is not cool. And to that I say, fuck that. In my most poetic way. Is it okay? I curse a little bit.
Yeah. We're a college student. We're not like grammar students.
Yeah.
Freely.
Okay. Great. Great. I'm gonna not get myself tripped up on this tape, y'all. Okay. There's a little bit of call and response. So, how many of you have ever seen spoken word live? Raise your hand if you have. Okay, so y'all already know how it is. This is a spoken word. This is a call and response situation. So, in essence, in my performance, I am calling out to you. And you will respond. So if I say hip, y'all say
hop.
All right, here we go. There's 2 words that I'm going to ask you to say with me. And please don't mess my poem up. Appreciate y'all. Be on point. You got 2 lines. All right. Rise to the occasion. Some of y'all are like, why not? I'm so worried right now.
What was the word again?
No, y'all got it. This is going to be in the moment. My mom holds her accent like a shotgun with 2 good hands. Her tongue, all brass knuckles slipping in between her lips, her hips are all laughter and wind clap. She speaks a sancocho of Spanish and English pushing up and against one another in rapid fire. Mira, there is no telling my mama to be quiet. My mama don't know quiet. Her voice is strawberry becomes strawberry. And cookie becomes a cookie. And kitchen, keychain, and chicken all sound the same. My mama doesn't say yes, she says aha. And suddenly the sky in her mouth becomes a Hector Lavoe song. Her tongue can't lay itself down flat enough for the English language. It got too much hip, too much bone, too much conga, too much cuatro or two-step. Got too many piano keys in between her teeth. It got too much clave, too much hand clap. Got too much salsa to sit still. It's be an anxious child wanting to make Play-Doh out of concrete. English be too neat for her kind of wonderful. Her words spill in conversation between women whose hands are all they got. Sometimes our hands are all we got. And accents that remind us that we are still bomba, still plena. You say huepa.
Huepa.
You say huepa.
Huepa.
And a stranger becomes your hermano. You say dale.
Dale.
You say dale.
Dale.
And a crowd becomes a family reunion. My mother's tongue is a telegram from her mother, decorated with the coquis of El Campo. So even when her lips can barely stretch themselves around English, her accent is a stubborn compass, always pointing her towards home.